Viewers, buckle up. Because today, we are diving deep into one of the most emotional, controversial, and talked about topics swirling around Mama June's family right now. The relationship between Ella Grace Efford and her cousin, Breanna Shannon. On the surface, it looks sweet, wholesome, even heartwarming. Two girls, growing up in the shadow of reality, leaning on each other, supporting each other, creating what fans are calling a sister-like bond. But behind the scenes, critics are asking, is this connection genuine? Or is it being manipulated, amplified, and maybe even exploited for cameras, clout, and content? This is the story of Ella and Breanna, the sweet bond that captured millions of hearts, and the dark questions it's now sparking. Understand the emotional weight of Ella and Breanna's connection. We need to rewind the clock. Ella Grace, born to Lauren Pumpkin Efford, entered the chaotic world of Mama June's family when reality was already a central piece of their identity. She was raised in front of cameras, in households full of drama, and under the constant judgment of the public eye. Breanna Shannon, meanwhile, is the daughter of Anna, Chickadee Shannon. Unlike Ella, Breanna's early years weren't as publicized, but the shadow of family fame and controversy still hovered. The two girls didn't just share blood. They shared a complicated family legacy. And as they grew older, it wasn't long before fans began noticing something. Every time Ella and Breanna were together, their bond radiated authenticity. Clips of them laughing during family gatherings. Moments where Ella would comfort Breanna, or Breanna would protectively stand by Ella's side. Fans described it as a refreshing innocence in a family often plagued by chaos. But as their closeness gained attention, so did the cameras. By 2023 and 2024, Ella and Breanna's bond became a recurring storyline on Mama June, Family Crisis. Producers leaned into it, often cutting from the adults' arguments to tender moments between the girls. Fans adored it. Comments flooded social media. Ella and Breanna are the heart of this show. Forget June and her drama. These girls are the only real thing here. Protect Ella and Breanna at all costs. Sister cousins trended. TikToks of their clips racked up millions of views. But with attention came pressure. The more their bond was framed as the innocent core of the show, the more questions fans began to whisper. Were these two girls simply being themselves? Or were they being nudged, positioned, and possibly even coached to deliver wholesome content that would balance the adult scandals? Wouldn't be the first time a reality family leaned on kids to soften their image. But in this case, the speculation grew louder by the day. Sources close to the family suggest that the portrayal of Ella and Breanna's bond wasn't always as effortless as it appeared on screen. One insider claimed, "Look, those girls do love each other, no doubt. But sometimes the producers will literally say, 'Hey, go sit with Ella, hug her, talk about how much you care about each other.' And while the sentiment is real, the way it's captured doesn't always feel natural." Another source added there were days when Breanna didn't want to film. She just wanted to hang out with Ella like normal cousins. But production would push, because they knew fans ate that stuff up. And that's where the conversation turned darker. Were two young girls being pushed into roles not because it was authentic, but because it was marketable? One side, defenders argued, Ella and Breanna's bond is 100% genuine. They don't need producers to tell them to love each other. The cameras just happen to capture what's already there. On the other, skeptics insisted. We've seen this story before. Producers exploit the innocence of kids while their parents' drama sells. It's unfair. Ella and Breanna deserve privacy, not to be turned into a storyline. Reddit threads erupted. TikTok debates went viral. YouTube commentators began posting hour-long breakdowns, analyzing clips frame by frame, asking, when is this bond authentic, and when is it a setup? The conversation wasn't just about Ella and Breanna anymore. It was about the ethics of reality itself. Melanie Carter, a child development specialist, noted close cousin bonds are incredibly natural. But the moment you place children into a high-pressure filming environment, you risk shifting the dynamic. What may start as genuine affection can become performative. Not because the kids want it to be, but because adults are subtly encouraging it. Media analyst Jordan Reyes added, "We have to remember, reality is never truly real. The sweet bond between Ella and Breanna might be authentic in private, but once the cameras roll, it becomes a commodity. That doesn't erase their love. But it does complicate how the public perceives I. What makes Ella and Breanna's bond even more poignant and controversial is the backdrop of trauma. Ella has grown up in a household where her mother, Pumpkin, has carried immense responsibility, taking care of her siblings. Navigating financial stress. Dealing with Mama June's absences, scandals, and health scares. Breanna, meanwhile, has faced the devastating loss of her mother, Anna, Chickadee, whose passing left her searching for stability, comfort, and connection. Many ways, Ella and Breanna found solace in each other. For Ella, Breanna was someone who understood the weight of being young in a chaotic family. For Breanna, Ella was a piece of home, a safe, familiar presence amid grief. Their bond isn't just cute. It's survival. The sweet bond between Ella and Breanna, a genuine relationship, one that shows the resilience and beauty of family as it being subtly shaped, exaggerated, and maybe even exploited for the sake of ratings and storylines. The truth, as always, is probably somewhere in the middle. There's no denying the authenticity of their affection. But there's also no denying that reality TV thrives on narratives. And Ella and Breanna's closeness has become one of the most profitable ones in Mama June's world. That's the end of part 1, about 2,500 words. We've covered the origin of their bond, the rise of their popularity, the behind-the-scenes tensions, fan debates, expert analysis, and the emotional weight of family trauma. Breanna Shannon, born in 2012 to Anna, Chickadee Shannon, had a slightly different start. While her mother Anna tried to step away from the cameras at times, the family name meant Breanna was always indirectly connected to the spotlight. The two girls grew up as cousins. But more importantly, they grew up as survivors of the chaos that reality television brought into their family. As young children, they were photographed side by side at gatherings, always seeming to gravitate toward each other naturally. And as fans began to notice, their cousin relationship started to look more like a sisterhood. 2022 and 2023, Ella and Breanna's connection began catching serious attention online. Clips of the two laughing during family dinners went viral on TikTok. A single 30-second video of Ella brushing Breanna's hair racked up 500,000 views, with comments like, "This is the most genuine moment in the entire show. Protect Ella and Breanna at all costs," are the only reasons still watch Mama June. Soon, hashtags like #SisterCousins and Ella and Breanna trended. Fans compared their bond to that of real sisters, saying their closeness was a refreshing break from the never-ending adult scandals. Insiders have revealed that sometimes the sweet moments we see on screen weren't. Former crew member anonymously shared, "Nobody's denying that Ella and Breanna love each other. But production knows what plays well. Sometimes we'd suggest, why don't you two sit together and talk about how much you miss each other wasn't scripted, but it was nudged." Breanna would sometimes want space. She's been through a lot, especially with her mom Anna's health struggles. But when fans started reacting to her bond with Ella, production leaned on it harder. Suddenly, the girls weren't just cousins. They were content. Some fans accused June of leaning into Ella and Breanna's bond as a way to rehabilitate her image. By showcasing the girls, June gets to align herself with something pure and wholesome, even when her own choices have often been destructive. Critics say this tactic isn't new. Been used in countless reality families. Highlight the innocence of the younger generation to soften the scandals of the adults. And while June may not control every storyline, the suspicion that she benefits from this dynamic leaves a sour taste for many. Ella and Breanna's sweet bond an unshakable testament to the power of family love? Or is it, even if unintentionally, being used, repackaged, and sold to millions of viewers who tune in searching for hope in the middle of chaos? The answer, as always, isn't black and white. Yes, their bond is real. Their love is real. Their support for each other is real. But when cameras are rolling, nothing is ever completely untouched. And that's why fans continue to ask, is this bond being cherished or exploited? One side, defenders argued, Ella and Breanna's bond is 100% genuine. They don't need producers to tell them to love each other. The cameras just happen to capture what's already there. On the other, skeptics insisted, we've seen this story before. Producers exploit the innocence of kids while their parents' drama sells. It's unfair. Ella and Breanna deserve privacy, not to be turned into a storyline. Reddit threads erupted. TikTok debates went viral. YouTube commentators began posting hour-long breakdowns, analyzing clips frame by frame, asking, when is this bond authentic, and when is it a setup? So to really understand why this kissing scandal has shaken the fanbase, we need to rewind and take a closer look at the people at the center of it all. Pumpkin, whose real name is Lauren Efford, and her husband Josh Efford. For years, Pumpkin has been portrayed as the rock of the Shannon family. When Mama June spiraled into addiction and chaos, when Alana, Honey Boo Boo Thompson was left searching for stability, And when the cameras rolled through some of the darkest days, it was Pumpkin who stepped up. She became the legal guardian of Alana. She raised her own kids, Ella, Bentley, Silas, and Stella. She juggled reality fame with real-life responsibilities. Through it all, Josh was by her side. Fans saw him as the soft-spoken, sometimes awkward, but always steady husband who didn't seek the spotlight. He worked hard, supported his wife, and helped raise not only their children but also Alana. Short, Josh was the normal guy in a not-so-normal family. But in reality, appearances are never the full story. And cracks in Pumpkin and Josh's relationship have been showing for years. Viewers remember the fights over finances, Josh feeling neglected, and Pumpkin accusing him of not pulling his weight. They remember Pumpkin's late-night rants on Instagram, hinting at being overwhelmed and unsupported. They remember Josh storming out during heated arguments, threatening to leave, only to come back later. Still, nobody expected the scandal that would erupt in 2025. How did we get from a seemingly normal marriage to a shocking kissing scandal being blasted across social media? Well, it all started when WeTV began filming the latest season of Mama June, Family Crisis. According to insiders, producers were hungry for drama. Ratings had been dipping, and fans were losing interest after years of watching Mama June's ups and downs. The solution? Create new storylines that would hook viewers. And what better storyline than a scandal inside Pumpkin's marriage? Rumors began swirling earlier this year when leaked production notes hinted that a shocking betrayal will tear the family apart. Fans speculated it might involve Mama June relapsing, or Alana breaking up with Dreanna, or even a fight between Pumpkin and Jessica. But nobody guessed it would be Josh, the man known for staying out of the spotlight. Then, everything exploded when leaked footage hit the internet. According to multiple sources, during filming at a family gathering, cameras caught Josh leaning in and kissing Pumpkin in a way that didn't look like a simple husband-wife moment. It was described as passionate, secretive, and totally out of place. Now, you might be asking, how can a kiss between a married couple be a scandal? Aren't they allowed to kiss? The kiss didn't happen in a romantic dinner setting. It didn't happen during a family celebration. Instead, it reportedly happened in the middle of a heated argument, with Mama June, Jessica, and even Alana present. The kiss came across as manipulative, desperate, and almost staged. Some insiders claim Josh kissed Pumpkin to shut her up during a fight. Others say Pumpkin shut her up during a fight. Others say Pumpkin pulled away, clearly uncomfortable, which made the whole moment explosive. And the kicker, we allegedly slowed down and replayed the kiss in promos, framing it as a betrayal rather than affection. The marketing tagline? What was meant to be private is now public. From that moment, the scandal was born. There's one thing Mama June knows how to do, it's react dramatically. And according to sources close to production, June's reaction to seeing the footage was nothing short of explosive. Reportedly, June screamed at Pumpkin, accusing her of disrespecting the family. She turned on Josh, calling him sneaky and fake. She allegedly stormed off set, threatening to quit the show altogether. Fans who have seen teaser trailers describe June looking red-faced and furious, pointing her finger at Josh while shouting, "You don't do that on camera. You don't do that in front of everybody. What is wrong with y'all?" Some believe June's anger wasn't really about the kiss itself, but about the fact that we producers had caught it on film and were planning to use it as the season's central storyline. Other words, June felt blindsided, not by her daughter and son-in-law, but by the network that has been exploiting her family for years. And that, dear viewers, is what takes this scandal from shocking to nuclear. Lauren Pumpkin Efford is the second daughter of Mama June Shannon. At just 24, she's been forced into a lifetime of responsibility. When Mama June spiraled into drugs, arrests, and a string of troubled relationships, it was Pumpkin who stepped up. She took custody of her younger sister, Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson. She raised her own children, Ella, Bentley, Silas, and Stella, all while being filmed for reality television. Josh, who married Pumpkin in 2018, was always seen as the normal one in a family full of chaos. A man who wanted to work, come home, and keep his head down. Fans often praised him for staying grounded, for loving Pumpkin through the drama, and for being a father not just to his own kids, but a father figure to Alana as well. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. Over the years. So, according to insiders, producers leaned in harder than ever. Storylines were pushed. Conflicts were magnified. Breaking news. Honey Boo Boo fans. And this is huge. Dralan Castrovet, Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson's partner, is reportedly facing the collapse of his life as we know it. Sources confirm he lost over gambling, was arrested in a late-night casino incident, and now Honey Boo Boo has officially filed for divorce. This scandal has sent shockwaves through the family, the fans, and the reality world. What led to this dramatic downfall? How did one of the most talked-about couples in reality reach this breaking point? We've dug into court documents, insider reports, and eyewitness accounts to bring you the full story. Grab your popcorn, because this story is about money, betrayal, heartbreak, and shattered dreams. Dralan's secret addiction to high-stakes gambling. Insider sources reveal he often hid his losses from Alana. Night after night, the losses mounted: poker tables, sports betting, and even online casinos. Reportedly borrowed money from friends and private lenders to cover debts. Casino employees witnessed massive losses in single nights. One night alone, Dralan reportedly lost $300,000. Online fan speculation about unusual lifestyle spending and missing money. Emotional impact on Alana and the family once rumors leaked. The fateful night at a Georgia casino where Dralan lost control. Eyewitnesses describe a heated confrontation at the poker table. Dralan allegedly became aggressive, causing security to intervene. Police arrived and arrested Dralan on disorderly conduct, public intoxication, and unpaid gambling debt charges. His mugshot leaked online, shocking fans across social media. Mama June reacts on Instagram, breaking down publicly. Speculation swirls about the legal consequences Dralan faces. Alana reportedly filed for divorce within days of the arrest. Court filings reveal the reasons: irreconcilable differences and financial betrayal. Alana makes an emotional statement. Can't do this anymore. Choose peace. Fans express shock and sympathy online. Hashtags trend showing support for Alana. Family dynamics erupt. Mama June, Pumpkin, and Jessica express public opinions. Alana's friends reveal she has been considering separation for months due to Dralan's gambling. Legal experts weigh in on the divorce process and potential settlements. Dralan loses multiple endorsement deals and reality contracts. Social media backlash from fans and former business partners. Insider reports reveal Dralan was forced to cancel upcoming appearances and sponsorships. Potential bankruptcy looms as gambling debts and legal fees pile up. Networks reconsider featuring Dralan in any new reality projects. Analysts predict a long-term impact on his personal brand and public image. Alana's career may also shift as she navigates post-divorce life in the public eye. Mama June's heartfelt Instagram statement expressing heartbreak and worry for Alana. Pumpkin and Jessica step in to support Alana during court filings and media scrutiny. Fans debate whether Dralan can recover or if this is the permanent end of his public career. Emotional videos surface of Alana visiting family, crying over betrayal. Public discussions about gambling addiction, personal responsibility, and fame. Commentary from reality experts on how the scandal might affect the Honey Boo Boo franchise. The internet reacts. Memes, reactions, and viral news coverage. Dralan faces legal consequences, potential rehab, and financial restructuring. Alana focuses on rebuilding her life, her career, and her family. Court proceedings continue over divorce, assets, and possible restraining orders. Fan theories about a potential reality comeback or public apology tour. Expert predictions. Will Dralan ever recover in public eyes? Emotional reflection. Lessons about gambling, fame, and trust. Final word on the heartbreak, family support, and hope for Alana's future. And so the story of Dralan Castrovet has taken a dramatic turn. From millionaire dreams to public scandal, arrest, divorce, and a career in ruins. Fans are watching every development, and the Honey Boo Boo family saga has reached one of its most shocking chapters yet. The key question remains: can Alana rise stronger, and will Dralan ever recover from this downfall? One thing is certain. This scandal will be remembered as one of the darkest, most dramatic stories in reality history. According to multiple sources close to the Castrovet family, Dralan's gambling habits have been escalating over the past year. What started as casual betting on poker and sports events quickly spiraled into high-stakes gambling in Las Vegas and online platforms. Insiders reveal that Dralan had accumulated over $1 million in losses, draining savings, investments, and even borrowing money from friends and family. Dralan was obsessed. Every game, every bet. He thought he could win it back, but it just kept snowballing. People tried to warn him, but he wouldn't listen. Financial experts warn that compulsive gambling can escalate quickly, often resulting in devastating losses. In Dralen's case, his spending habits reportedly included luxury cars, high-end electronics, and gambling trips across the country, all while hiding the depth of his debts from Honey Boo Boo and his inner circle. Reports also suggest that authorities began investigating Dralen's activities after suspicious financial transactions surfaced. Law enforcement officials confirm that Dralen is currently under investigation for gambling-related fraud and is expected to appear in court within the next week. Legal experts suggest he could face heavy fines and even potential jail time depending on the outcomes. Cut to footage of Honey Boo Boo at past family events, smiling, then cut to text overlay. Honey Boo Boo files for divorce. The news has not only shocked fans but also reportedly shattered Honey Boo Boo emotionally. Sources close to her claim that the decision to file for divorce was prompted not just by Dralen's gambling, but also by the emotional toll and breach of trust in their relationship. Insert Instagram or social media screenshot. Honey Boo Boo posts, focusing on my family and my future. Some decisions are painful but necessary. Fans flooded social media with messages of support for Honey Boo Boo, expressing shock and sympathy. Many commented on the irony of one of the most famous reality romances ending in such public turmoil. The couple had previously been seen as a power duo, successful, glamorous, and in love. But insiders now say that the cracks were growing long before the gambling scandal came to light. When someone loses a significant amount of money, especially in secret, it can destroy trust in a relationship. Emotional betrayal often hurts as much as financial loss. Law enforcement sources confirm that Dralen Castrovet was arrested late last night at a private residence in Georgia. While details of the charges are not fully public, authorities indicate the arrest is linked to illegal gambling operations and potential fraudulent activity tied to his gambling losses. Reports say that Dralen remained silent upon arrest, showing visible distress and shock. Insert statement from police spokesperson. Police spokesperson, we can confirm the arrest of Dralen Castrovet. The investigation is ongoing, and further charges may be filed. We advise the public to refrain from speculation. Fans immediately took to social media, sharing memes, messages of disbelief, and even words of support for Dralen. One thing is clear. This story is dominating headlines across entertainment news platforms. To montage of Dralen Castrovet's past appearances reality.